Are you having trouble practicing on the drum kit? Then these 5 tips may help you. What is up, my fellow drummers? CJ here. So a few months ago, I posted a 3 great practice tips for drummers list on my Instagram, which got pretty good response. So I've decided to share that list with you here on YouTube as well, also adding 2 additional tips on practicing drums. Let's go! Just a quick side note here. This video will not focus on your style of playing or how to play certain stuff. This video will focus on some tips that can help you achieve a better practice session and get more out of your practice. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to press that subscribe button and that notification bell. Now with that out of the way, let's get to the tips already. Here, in no particular order, are 5 tips for better drum practice. Alright, tip number 1. Quality over quantity. We all have different lives and all drummers practice in different ways. Some drummers sit for 4 to 6 hours straight and others maybe 20 to 40 minutes per practice session. Sometimes you might not have the time to sit for hours and hours and practice. I know I don't. I have a full-time job during the day and some days when I come home from work, I'm really fucking tired. And when I only have 20 minutes to an hour to practice, I usually just focus on 1 or 2 different things to practice. Usually something that I'm already working on or something I want to get better at. So instead of spending hours and hours on 100 different exercises, try to focus on one thing and perfect that. The rest will come to you naturally. Tip number 2, know your limit. This might sound completely wrong to you, and if you don't agree with this, just skip to the next tip in this video. When I say know your limit, I'm talking about not to get overwhelmed with something that's super difficult. I'm not saying don't practice difficult drumming. I mean, it varies from person to person. If you want to sit for hours and practice crazy polyrhythmic exercises and playing 3 different time signatures at once, go to town. But don't expect to be able to use that when playing with other musicians or doing a recording session. A good advice is, just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean it's worth spending time practicing. Choose wisely. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? If the answer comes from your ego, then let go and practice on something that you will use musically instead. Tip number 3. Remember to take breaks. This is something one of my first drum teachers taught me. If you're working on something you do find difficult and you have a hard time nailing it, remember to take short breaks in between your practice. Maybe grab a cup of coffee, go for a short walk, or just practice something else for a while on the drum kit. Then go back to what you were practicing and try it again. You'll be surprised how awesome your muscle memory works. Tip number 4. Pick up another instrument. This technically doesn't have anything to do with the actual drum practice, but this is something really important. If you have the chance, I recommend every drummer, actually every musician out there, to pick up a secondary instrument. I actually play a little bit of piano and I've been doing so for about 11 years, or something like that. Note that my piano playing is not nearly as good as my drumming. But the piano is the cornerstone of my own music writing. The drums will always be my main instrument and a way to express myself rhythmically, and I can use the piano to express myself melodically. If you play more than one instrument, you'll develop even greater musicianship and your musical confidence will grow immensely. Plus, it's sometimes nice to step away from your main instrument and play something else. And now for the last tip, and this is an important one. Tip number 5. It's totally okay to have bad days. We can all have bad days, folks. Some days you feel like you're the best drummer in the world and everything you play just sounds fantastic. You have a great flow and everything just sits right. And sadly, other days you feel like you're useless, everything you play sounds horrible and you're not getting anywhere and you should just give up. Every drummer and every musician has had these thoughts. It's also easy to get discouraged and doubt your own skills when, as soon as you open your Instagram, you're bombarded by drummers that have insane chops and seem to upload several flawless videos every day. And you wonder, how the hell do they stay so motivated every single day? Trust me, they don't. Everyone can have a bad day, and when those days come, my tip is, take a day off of drumming and do something else. No one will judge you, only yourself. Alright drummers, that was my list of 5 great practice tips for drummers and other musicians. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy videos like this and drum covers, reviews, tutorials, drum hacks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay notified every time I release a new video behind this drum kit. Now I wish you an awesome practice session. See you guys.